dies. These are fabulous to go in your foiling machine, your cut and go foiling machine. They will foil and cut and emboss at the same time. But today I want to show you a different technique that you can use these dies with your normal go cut emboss machine or manual die cutting machine. Now these Novueau dies, there are 9 different dies. They are really lovely. The first one here is a beautiful delicate feather. My favourite, the jalopy. It's really lovely, this one. The bodice, dress form. The sweeping flourish. The clockwork. The rosy. That's my next favourite, the hanging cage. The Nouveau butterfly and beautiful bouquet. Now these are all available now from your local scrapbooking shop. If not, ask for them. So what I'm going to use is the jalopy. I'm actually going to use my Memento ink pad. Any ink pads will work with this as long as it's a pigment ink. Versacolor is very good. So just ink that gently all around the hot foil stamp die. Now these dies, the inks will just wipe off with a normal baby wipe or wet cloth. So with my Go Cut Emboss machine, the machine comes with your normal A base plate. Then you put your C plate, but I'm going to use the new improved magnetic platform base. I'm going to use that, and I'm going to place my hot foil stamp die on top of that facing upwards. So that will completely stick to that magnetic. It will not move, that magnetic platform. On top of that, I'm going to place a white piece of cardstock, and on top of that, my B plate. So A, C plate or magnetic platform plate, you cut your hot foil stamp inked up, facing upwards, and then your cardstock, and then your B plate on top. I'm going to run that now through my Go Cut Emboss machine, and you'll see they only go up and down. So the same pressure if you had a die in there, you'd feel the same pressure. So just slowly winding that back, and all that ink would appear on my card so it will appear on my card and it will cut at the same time. The beauty of that magnetic platform, it doesn't move, so fabulous for that. So there's my cutout shape, and this jalopy, the little windows come out too, so I'm just getting my little piercing tool here, just poking out those little bits there that didn't come out. So now you can see that's my stamped jalopy using a Memento colored ink pad. Now if I was hot foiling that with my Go Press, everything that's inked, that would be foiled. So now all I need to do is just get a baby wipe and gently wipe that across my die to take any residue of any inks that were left over. And then just go over with a cloth or a paper towel, and that will just completely dry and ready to use. So I'll do the same technique again. This time I'm using the hanging cage, and I'm going to use Versacolors. I'm going to use a green in the center, and then I'm going to put a bit of shading with a bit of brown around the edges. And the beauty of with using inks, you can put any color. You can do a multicolor if you want to. Bear in mind that these colors may appear on your stamp pad, so if you don't want to do this too much, that's fine. Maybe use a sponge dauber, but the greatest results I get is when you're actually pressing the actual stamp pad directly onto the die. So now I have it all stamped up. I'm going to use the platforms, the sandwich, so I'm using for my Go Cut Emboss machine. So I'm using the A plate, which comes with the machine. I'm using the C plate, which comes with the machine. I'm putting the die facing up, placing the cardstock down on top of that, and also placing the B plate on top. Now I'm going to run that through my Go Cut Emboss machine. Now if you don't have a Go Cut Emboss machine and you've got another die cutting machine, just check with your sandwiches of what platforms to use. Now once I run that through, the actual die will cut through the outline and you'll see the beautiful stamped image with the two different colours. That will just pop out, and you can see a bit of shading with using two different colours. And again, I'm just going to wipe through with a bit of a baby wipe, just wiping through any excess inks that have appeared left over from the ink pads. So there you go. That's just another technique using these great Nouveau cut and foil dies, which are really for your Go Cut Press machine, Go Press Foil machine. I just wanted to show you a different technique that you can use without any foiling. So I've just created a couple of cards. So this card here I've created with the hanging cage and using some of the C'est La Vie collection from Couture Creations. You can see the embossed white that's left from the dies. Here's another card. I've used the butterfly, the Novueau butterfly, and I've just inked it with a very light lilac colour and then put some glitzing glamour crystallina on top of that. And here's the bodice. I've used a nice fuchsia ink pad, and once that was cut off, I used it on my card. So there you go. That's just another technique of using these new Nouveau cut and foil dies. They are to be used with your Go Press and Foil machine, but I just wanted to show you a different technique that you can use with your inks and these dies. So check them out at your local store, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.